Good morning, everyone. Today we have another one of the Feasts of the Founders. We've obviously been looking at the founders of the Redemptorists and the Jesuits last week. And this week we come across St. Dominic, obviously the founder of the Dominican order. St. Dominic was lived around the time of St. Francis, and they at times would have met and communicated. But the structure that the Dominicans followed is that St. Dominic established ultimately the order of preachers as their vocation to go out, obviously, and to preach the word. The different orders have different vocations. Some are missionaries, some people are teachers, and so forth. And the Dominicans particularly, they are the order of preachers, to take the message of God, the words of God, and the word of God, and share it with others. Now, St. Dominic emphasized poverty, and he said to people, yeah, although you've got to live in the world, and this is what he did, gave as an example, you live in the world, but you can still live a simple life. So he preached living in the world, but monasticism, living as in a monastery, living in a simple existence. So I don't know if that's kind of, it's okay for St. Dominic. He didn't have any kids, he didn't have, maybe buy a rugby kit and send them off to school and things like that. Didn't have those responsibilities. But he's talking in terms of the example of the clergy, obviously, at that time, but also the example of those in terms of attitude. What is it that we can do that makes a difference? Live simply. We don't need to have lavish lifestyles, because ultimately the lavish lifestyle somehow seems to sneak into our religious lifestyle. We know this. And our values become worldly, and our spirituality declines. So in looking at the attitude of St. Dominic, he was dedicated to saving souls by preaching and persuasion. So not just putting out the word there, but in fact encouraging other people, not forcing them. You sort of say, "Oh, you're a Christian. You need to come to church, otherwise you're going to go to hell." I mean, we don't use that word. No, I'm kidding. That's not true. We can't stand judgment of where people are going to go. But we do need to persuade people. We'll persuade people by knowing what we're talking about. At the moment, we're looking at very interesting things that are happening in the United States between the political leaders there. Kamala Harris just coming into the whole thing as a very educated lady. And the other guy who's actually standing against her, or ultimately we assume will stand against her, in a different world. So there's persuasion that goes on. That kind of persuasion can happen in our own lives as well, on a religious level. You have a wonderful day. Keep safe. We'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.